Call this meeting to order at 12:31, Wednesday, October 23rd, 2024. We're here to discuss the annual audit contract and what we should do with that. I think that expired this year, right?
Yes, it did.
Okay. So you want to start? What are your thoughts?
Okay, we have Hayden and Ross, and they've been doing our auditing for quite a few years. And it would be a 5-year contract, I believe. And they do fall with they've estimated this year to fall with under $50,000, so we're under the threshold to really go out and get bids per Idaho code. However, I think it's up to the board to see if, what we want to do in, we could get 3 bids from 3 different people just to ensure for transparency purposes if that's what this board would like to do, and have it have a bid it anyway. We wouldn't have to go through a complete notice to the paper, but I don't believe. I'd have to check that out with Ben. Or we could do a notice in the paper and see what we get with that. I mean, I think it would be up to the board to see how we wanted to approach that.
I have heard through talking to a couple of different folks in accounting that it's also good practice to switch auditors every so often, just to make sure you're catching any mistakes or anything. So the idea of putting it up for bid seems to make sense.
See, in our federal audits, we were on a 4-year cycle to where we had to have a new auditing firm. I mean, they made us have a new auditing firm every 4 years, and then they'd have to go another 8 or 12 years before we get them back. So I understand that.
It's kind of a double check. So in my opinion, not that they haven't been doing a good job, I just think that we probably should open it up for bid.
Okay.
Because it might be good accounting practice to get another company in there. And we could invite them to bid again if you want to, but for comparison purposes, make a decision at that time if we want to go to a new person or new company.
Okay.
Do you want to do a full advertised?
Yeah, let's just advertise. We
see what we get,
and see what we get, and then we see what the bids look like, and if they came back as okay.
All right. Well, anything further?
Nope. That sounds fine to me.
How do we get Sydney the correct information to bid? Like there's going to need to be some sort of job description or project, or
maybe get with Peggy to see what we can do on that, to see what kind of description we need, and just go from there. Because I know we're required to do the federal audit if we receive funds. I think over $700,000, we have to do a federal audit. So I think that's part of it, and I'm not sure what the rest is. So.
Okay, so is that something you think you could talk to Peggy and see if we could describe it well enough to get a bid?
Sure.
Okay. Anything further?
No, that'll work.
Okay. Well, with that, I guess we are, unless you have any questions.
No.
Okay, we are adjourned.